When I was a kid and I experienced things that I wasn't able to explain or understand in any way that the world was telling me, I had questions. I questioned if reality is the way it seems. And I think after reading a lot of different stuff and from my own anecdotal experiences, I think I've come to totally believe that reality is not the way it appears to be. And I think it's not something that I'm not the first person to be talking about this. People everywhere have talked about all of this for the longest time. It just looks different, sounds different, but ultimately everybody seems to be pointing at one thing, right? So whether it be the Bible, a different interpretation of the Bible from Neville Goddard, or the Upanishads, or something in Buddhism, Taoism, Advaita Vedanta, everything ultimately points to this one thing, which is everything is happening in the mind. Everything that we experience, all there is, all there can be, is the mind. This human mind, the hard problem of consciousness can't solve this, right? They don't understand what it is. What the fuck is our mind? And that's because you can't make sense of it. Just, it's weird. It's magic. It is magic. It is so powerful that it is impossible at times for us to accept that we have this power. But we prove it to ourselves all the time. All the time. Things happen to you that you can explain, and people will say, oh, that's a coincidence. Oh, that just happened, you know. Things just happen, and it doesn't have to make sense. But there are no coincidences. Nothing's a coincidence. Nothing is logical or practical. Nothing. And this is all not a theory. This is real life. This is what's happening every day. This is experience. This is being. And what do you do when you being? What did the Upanishads say? What did the monks say? What did they say? Is that you have to be one with consciousness. The I am, what Neville Goddard says. It's all about the I am. What you think on the inside is your true reality. And everybody. And something I've realized is that it's not just everybody, it's everything. Everything that's happening, even the weather, the way you interact with people, objects that seem inanimate, they're all a reflection, a perception of you. I don't even know if nothing exists. I don't know if anything exists. All I can know from Descartes, we know that our senses can fool. As I've read so many philosophers, I'm a philosophy student, and I used to believe in God at one point, and now it's the subconscious mind is the God. This I am is the God. Because what is God? This operant power, right? And this is the only operant power we have. Everything, my God, that's such a scary thing to realize, and I feel so alone, scared, and just confused, to be honest. Because what? Like, people have been talking about it and nobody seems to understand. Like, the mainstream media, the mainstream concept of this is all theory, good in theory, but it's not. It's not manifestation. Let's say it's not a technique. It's how reality operates. Manifestation is a mirror of our inner reality on the outside. It just reflects, that's it. It is just a mirror, You can't do anything in reality to change how you feel or what you are or what your life is. Because you don't change a mirror to change your face. You don't break the mirror. You change your face. So you change your imagination, you change what's going on the inside. And I kid you not, it genuinely changes everything on the outside. It is law. It is a law, which is why people call it by different names, like law of assumption, affirmation, whatever. Doesn't matter. You can call it the law of being, law of doing, law of life, anything. And it honestly makes no sense. But if you also read some other, like I think Hume talks something about it, and then Kant talks about how space and time doesn't really exist. You know, it is how the human mind conceives of the world. Like, we wouldn't be able to perceive the world if there is no concept of space and time inbuilt in ourselves. And then you have Carl Jung, who has ideas that directly kind of explain manifestation in a way. And I'm just honestly like having a hard time reconciling with the fact that something that is so magical, something that is so amazing, is kind of hidden from most of the world. And the world doesn't want to. I'm just confused. I'm just super confused. But I've also realized that this is crazy. I mean, I understand why people would think this is not real. I have known all of this since I was like 14, right? And I never really understood anything until like the past month, I think. It just suddenly clicked. And when it clicks, it kind of feels like a loss. And I feel so free that I feel like I've lost something. Yeah, I don't know. I felt really motivated to make this video. I'm not gonna edit it or anything, because I want you to understand. And if anybody feels the way I feel, I want you to see this. I want you to, like, it's so messed up. Like, I'm so confused, but then also I'm not, because it's all me. Everything's me. At the end of the day, it's all me. The same way it's all you. You just choose what to be, how to be, because everything is already done. Creation is done. There's infinite possibilities, infinite realities, infinite ways I exist. You know, there's a reality where I'm the president. There's a reality where I am a prisoner. Every reality exists, and we experience those realities based on the state we are in on the inside. That's just it. There's so many things to talk about in here, but ultimately that's it. That it's so simple, but it's not easy in any way. It's not easy. It's extremely difficult. But then hey, change is difficult. When it's difficult, you know that it's something worth it. It's difficult because our minds are bombarded and, filled with stuff that just makes no sense. That's just bullshit. And to purge all of that out and to adopt a new way of thinking, of course that's going to be hard. That's going to be difficult. But are you willing to try? Are you willing to do it? I didn't trust nobody. I don't trust anybody. That's the first step. You don't listen to anybody. You don't trust anybody. You don't trust me. You don't trust nobody. You trust yourself. You try this shit yourself, and you'll realize that this is scary. It's scary and scarily beautiful, because ultimately it's all you. It's all me. I am. And if you watch this video, you are somehow a perception of me. Yeah.